Ladies and gentlemen, this YouTube channel vlog show is of authenticity, inspiration, and realness. It is also about personality, good times, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. And now, here is your host of the show, Mr. Big Beefy E himself, the elder statesman of Rant and Rave, and Mr. Shenanigans himself, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, episode 1032. That's right, episode 1032. It is Saturday, November 25th, 2023, 11:02 p.m. We just got done watching Survivor Series. Holy mackerel. I'll talk about that on our next episode of the show. But we're going to talk about what happened on AEW Collision. In fact, I did a double coverage of AEW Collision and Survivor Series. This is going to be crazy. So, I got to tell you, this is, talk about this. First and foremost, I want to say, I'm glad this week's over. It was a crazy week. Thanksgiving was great, though. It was great. Got to visit my sisters in Connecticut. What a great experience that was. And, then I had to work Black Friday weekend till 12 noon, yesterday and today. I'm like, oh my gosh. You know what I mean? I was worn out by the time today was over, and I did most of my laundry, because I got one piece of laundry to do left, and pointing at it's my, let's see, where is it? My thumb is pointing at it right now. So, also a very special episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Tomorrow, you see this little tree here to my right? To my immediate left, but to your right here, that will be decorated and be lit up. It'll be the lighting of the Christmas tree of Shenanigans this year. I'm really excited about it. Can't wait. Can't wait to light it up, So it'll be really, really exciting. So, and I probably, when I go on, I'll do this for a very special, when I go on my live streams, when I go on my podcast with my friends, and I'll show it off, because it's a good Christmas tree. So, are we ready to go here to talk about what happened on AEW Rampage and Collision? That's right, the double show. And Rampage and Collision, Hook went up against Rocky Azucar Romero, and Hook, and these two guys went at it. Heck of a matchup this was, and Hook ended up picking up the victory, and I think the FTW title was on the line in this matchup. But Hook ended up winning the match and retaining the title. Wheeler Yuta addresses Katsuyori Shibata as he challenges Shibata once again for the Ring of Honor Pure Championship. Meanwhile, women's action. Chris Statlander, the former TBS champion, went up against Diamante. And during the matchup, Mercedes Martinez did appear in Diamante's corner at ringside. But then, after Statlander did pick up the victory over Diamante, both Mercedes Martinez and Diamante attacked Statlander after the match. But then Will Nightingale came to the aid of Chris Statlander. I would not be surprised if it would be a tag match coming in the near future. Daniel Garcia addresses the Continental Classic, how he says he has been losing on a losing streak, plus the fact that the Jericho Appreciation Society, or the remnants, are falling apart, as you know, Anna Jay lost another matchup thanks to Angelo Parker falling in love with Ruby Soho, Matt Menard's going crazy, Danhausen put a curse on Jake Hager and his purple hat, and you can blame Don Callis. They're the ones he's the one that started this whole thing by claiming that Jericho was going to join the Callis family. So you can blame Don Callis, because I think Don Callis is going to make sure that no other group stands but him and his Don Callis family's group. That's got to be the master plan all along. Create dissensions among teammates of other factions. They fall like dominoes. That's how Don Callis likes to work, and he's a goofy-looking jerk as it is. He's about as goofy-looking as Disco Inferno. Both with those two idiots, lock them in a room, and I would slap them both if I wanted to. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not that type of person. So, anyways, before Daniel Garcia, he says he's got to get back on the right track. He believes the Continental Classic will help him do that. The Kingdom wants to celebrate No Neck November in honor of Roderick Strong. Weirdos. And then they took on the team of Duke Davis and Gandhi Jones, and the Kingdom ended up winning the matchup. And then the Ring of Honor Pure Championship matchup was the main event as Katsuyori Shibata defending it against Wheeler Yuta, the former champion. And Wheeler Yuta did some nefarious means behind the referee's back and ended up winning the title again. And then as the Code of Honor was about to be adhered to, Wheeler Yuta decided to low blow Katsuyori Shibata, and then Hook came to Shibata's aid. So I think Hook and Wheeler Yuta, champion versus champion, title versus title down the road. Who knows? So that ends Rampage. Now we're going to go on to Collision. Eddie Kingston and Brody King did cut promos for the Continental Classic, starting in the Blue League. And the Blue League match number 1, Claudio Castagnoli versus Daniel Garcia. This was a heck of a match. Once again, Daniel Garcia did his little dance and all. But in the end, Claudio Castagnoli picked up his first 3 points in the Continental Classic. And Eddie Kingston cut another promo about being his titles were on the line in the tournament. So he said, let's go. Meanwhile, a handicap match, Kill Switch, formerly known as Luchasaurus, took on the boys, Dalton Castle's boys, and Kill Switch won them both. And Adam Copeland, though, attacked him after the match, and then after hitting him with the concerto and all, Adam Copeland says, and basically challenged Christian to a TNT Championship match for December 6th. AEW Dynamite, the first Dynamite in December. Then Commander and Gravity went up against Buddy Matthews and Malachi Black of the House of Black. And this would start a run for the House of Black, and I will let you know why in a minute. This was a heck of a matchup, and then ended up winning the match. Black and Matthews ended up winning the matchup. But then Darius Martin and Jackson Andretti cut a promo. Are they challenging Ricky Starks and Big Bill for the Tag Team Championships? And, or Big Mickey. It's too funny. Then, Julia Hart defending the title against Lady Frost in a House Rules match. And, Julia Hart did retain the title. That is 2 wins for the House of Black. Lexi Nair interviewed Don Callis in Powerhouse House. Speaking of Don Callis, that moron. And basically wants to send a message, and Powerhouse House could be the guy to send it there. FTR teamed up against the Righteous, team of Dutch and Vincent. And FTR did end up winning the matchup. But then the House of Black came out to address FTR. But the says no anybody. And they mentioned CM Punk, which we'll get to in the next episode or show. Trust me on that one. Lights go out. They disappear. Tony Schiavone interviewed Ricky Starks and Big Bill, and it looks like they're looking for challengers. Meanwhile, Swerve, Jay White, and Roosh cut promos. As Swerve and Jay White did win their matches, Roosh did not. So this is going to be something that Roosh is going to rectify. Meanwhile, Keith Lee versus Lee Moriarty go 1-on-1. Keith Lee ended up winning the matchup. And Lexi Nair interviewed Keith Lee like he's addressing this former tag team partner, Shane Taylor. What's all that entail? We'll find out. And then the main event match, the Continental Classic in the Blue League Part 2. It is Eddie Kingston versus Brody King. It was like a battle of kings. These two big meaty men slapping meets the Big E special. This was a heck of a matchup, but in the end, Brody King ended up winning. The House of Black won out the night in Collision. So that is all I got for you for AEW Rampage and Collision. Next up will be the Survivor Series results. So I will see you guys later. Until the next episode comes rolling around, this is episode 1032 of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until then, the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, please take us home. This concludes today's episode. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A big beefy E, do it for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bova Telepictures and Distribution. See you next time on another episode of the show. Goodbye for now.